This video has been classified by the ABC as PG.
Are we excited about seeing Tony Jones?
Yes, we're incredibly excited!
Oh, that is great news. He'll be here in 25 minutes, although since we've been working on this set, we found out new things about the way Lateline works.
Yes, it's very exciting. Come with me behind the scenes. We'll see where the magic happens. Now, if Tony Jones gets sick at the last minute and they need a replacement, they ring up the Lee Sales hotline. It's fascinating. If she's not available, then they try Ticky Fullerton. And as an absolute last resort, if they're really, really desperately scraping the barrel for a journo, then they ring Mark Latham. I hope that doesn't need to happen. And that brings us to this week's Campaign Roundup.
Yes, and the Liberal Party had their big campaign launch in Brisbane on Sunday, and it was a real gathering of the party faithful. Plenty of adulation for John Howard there, I see. You got an absolute hero's welcome.
Oh, they love him. They love him, don't they? And look, I really liked the play-on music they had for Howard. In fact, the play-on music was great all day. I thought they got the song choice spot on for Julie Bishop. Can't go past that. And they found an absolutely perfect play-on song for Abbott as well. That was apt.
Bold choice.
Yeah.
Look, Abbott himself gave a very confident, impressive speech, although he looked a bit out of sorts at the beginning there, behind the lectern. He was restrained.
I saw that too, but if you look at the other angle, I think he just had to put away the Speedos, which he'd just changed out of 5 minutes earlier. That's a common thing with Tony.
Yeah, look, but I actually thought the warm-up acts, all of them, were pretty good. I mean, there were big ovations for Campbell Newman and Colin Barnett, although slightly less so for the National Party leader, Warren Truss.
Over the last few years.
Yeah. And Julie Bishop was the other wild card of the day. In fact, I noticed that Sky News was so worried about viewers being zapped to death by her stare that they took extra care to obscure her entire face.
That was smart. That was wise.
Now, of course, despite the strong launch, the coalition still, they've got a very big job ahead of them. They're starting from behind this election. In fact, if we look at the chamber currently, this is the lower house. And, you know, if just a couple of MPs leave their seats, you can be pretty certain Troy Buzz will be there. And he'll be sniffing away.
Troy's come all the way from Perth just to sniff those. Right. He's committed. Of course, the real action all week, though, was in the Labor camp. And Kevin Rudd, he's been at pains to instruct the media not to make him the focus of this campaign.
I'd be there, but on the condition that I am not a distraction.
Right, so just to get my head around this then, last Wednesday, Rudd went on the radio telling us not to be distracted by him. The following day, he called a press conference telling us not to be distracted by him. But I think he really delivered that message at the launch of the No More Distractions national campaign.
And there was a No More Distractions national tour is going on. I think that was good too. And then he got the Air Force involved to really hit the message home, I think. It's clear now.
I think so. Then, of course, last Saturday, we finally had the big, long-awaited meeting between Rudd and Julia Gillard. And look, what a reunion it was. Look at the chemistry here as the two of them shared their mutual love of maps.
It's a beautiful moment. But interesting, actually, if we can zoom in a little bit closer into that map, you can actually see that it was full of instructions from Labor campaign headquarters. So,
it was interesting. I kind of thought the maps, you know, the whole map gazing was an interesting strategy because the last political leader I recall looking over a map so intently was this guy. And, look, that was the beginning of the end for him.
And then Gillard's weekend went from bad to worse when she came face-to-face with yet another former Labor leader, this time Mark Latham.
Oh, yes, here he is. Oh, yeah. Look it's just
where's the respect?
Puerile undergraduate ambush. And, look, completely inappropriate, isn't it, to hassle a politician in the street like that, especially Especially when he came back an hour later to offer Gillard some cracked pepper. Then he popped up again dressed as the surprise spruiker. I mean, he's stealing our share.
Yeah, look, poor old Gillard, this parade of former Labor leaders is just causing all sorts of trouble for her. I noticed yesterday she was getting accosted at a press conference by John Curtin. I mean, where is this going to end?
He's looking fit, though.
He is good, yeah, he's off the booze.
Yeah. Of course, Latham's ambush was all part of his new job as a 60 Minutes reporter. And he's not the only former leader who's gone into TV now.
No, that's right. Kim Beazley's got a job on the next season of MasterChef.
Yeah.
And I saw that John Howard recently made an appearance on Hey Hey It's Saturday, doing one of his favourite old blackface routines there. And John's still got it, John.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, just when you thought, though, that Gillard's weekend couldn't get any worse, things came to a real head when she was also the target of a terrifying assassination attempt. Look at this. Oh, there she goes. It is the world's slowest assassin.
But look, it has been it's been a horror week for Labor, and it's now looking like their strategy of rushing to an early election might have failed.
Yes, well, Gillard's certainly slumped in the polls since her initial honeymoon, so Labor is now looking further afield for a credible new leader.
Oh, Malcolm, I've got an offer for you.
Yeah, what's that?
Do you want to lead the Labor Party? A big government has lost its way, OK? We're just looking for a last-minute change to get a new leader, OK? And you're, for some strange reason, the only one with any credibility on left-wing issues like the environment. You willing to make it?
Well, it's very kind of you, but I'll decline.
No, come on, really. All you have to do is beat Tony Abbott. Anyone could... Actually, except you. Anyone except you can beat Tony Abbott.
I am very committed to the Liberal Party.
You still think you're going to get the leadership of the Liberal Party back?
I'm just on my way into the campaign launch.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
He's just going to become leader.
I love my country and I love feeling free. But I need protection too, especially when there's a heavy flow of immigrants. Which is why I use Liberal. With its proven redneck formula, Liberal is up to 10 times more effective than other leading brands. Giving me the confidence I need to be the racist I want to be. Liberal, now with extra large wings.
Decision 2010. Never before has the choice been so stark. It's Julia Gillard.
The number of asylum seekers arriving by boat to Australia is very, very minor.
Versus Julia Gillard.
Australians are concerned when they see boats on our horizon.
Only one of them can be the victor. Will it be this one?
I'm committed to moving Australia forward.
Or this one?
But these slogans are shallow.
This election, which Julia Gillard will you be voting for?
We have had Julie Bishop and Tanya Plibersek join us on the show, and it seems it's only the female Pollies who are willing to accept our invitations, I think. Well, that trend continues tonight as we give a big Yes We Canberra welcome to the member for Bennelong. From the Labor Party, Maxine McHugh. Cut the jingle. Well, actually, we don't want that jingle. That's the other party's jingle. Sorry about that, Maxine. Now, we've come up with a new game for you, Maxine. You'll be thrilled to hear. It's not so much a game as a form of interrogation. It's a little segment that we like to call the polygraph. Come over here.
Hey.
Now, we've got a lie detector machine over here.
Yes, put your fingers in here.
We borrowed it from Carl Sanderlands.
Okay.
There you go. Are you feeling comfortable there?
I'm feeling like an idiot.
Oh, it's true. Well done, it works.
The machine works. We've got some footage of you here, Maxine. I'd like to ask you a question about it. Are you embarrassed by that footage?
No, come on. I danced. Come on. I danced my way to victory. You're kidding.
Should you be embarrassed by that? Dancing is a different question.
Well, I could have done, with a bit of prep,
Who do you prefer, Julia or the real Julia?
Yeah, well, look, Julia is a tough-minded lady
And I like tough-minded ladies. What's wrong with it?